Hey guys, and welcome to another Fearless Friday with myself, Jennifer. This week we're gonna keep on talking about eating disorders because that's the topic that I am most familiar with, because right now I am in treatment for an eating disorder. But this week I'm going to talk a little bit about nutrition education because a lot of people with eating disorders are afraid of things such as carbs and fat and protein. So I just want to give you guys a little information that might help you realize how important these things are, especially carbs, because that's today's topic. It's going to be all about carbs and why you need them. So the first thing about carbs is they are a very quick source of energy, and they're actually the only fuel that your brain and your red blood cells use. So if you don't have any carbs, then your brain and your red blood cells aren't getting the energy that they need to function. So there's two different kinds of carbs. There's simple carbs and complex carbs. And the difference between these two are simple carbs are little chains of sugars, whereas complex carbs are long chains of sugars. So some examples of simple carbs are sugar, fruit, and juice. And you get energy out of these much quicker, because they're only small chains, so they're easier to break apart. Whereas complex carbs, such as bagels, muffins, potatoes, rice, bread, they're long chains and they're hard to break down, so they have more lasting energy for your body, basically. Another component of carbs, which is very important, is fiber. Now, fiber is indigestible, and so it's not absorbed by your body, and you get no energy out of it. And it's basically just used as roughage, which helps you digest, and yeah, helps you poop, basically. So I hope I can upload you guys a little picture of a wheat kernel, and hopefully it'll be the next slide if I'm able to do this. I will see if I can. But there's three parts of a wheat kernel. The inside is the wheat germ, and inside the wheat germ there's things such as sugars, vitamins, and iron. And the second layer of the wheat kernel is called an endosperm, and there's also sugars, vitamins, and iron in this part. Now, the outside part of this wheat kernel is called the bran, and the bran has the fiber in it, basically. So, a lot of people are confused about white versus whole wheat bread. And there's a whole big scare about white bread is bad and whatnot. And I know this has impacted my eating disorder a lot because I was afraid of white carbs for a very long time until I learned this interesting fact. So I'm going to share it with you guys. So the difference between white carbs and whole wheat is the bran. That's the only difference. So in white bread or white carbs, they strip this layer of bran off. So basically you just don't get any fiber. No fiber whatsoever. And the fiber is not even digested, it's just used to help you poop, basically. And whole wheat has the bran on it, so it has the fiber. So in white and whole wheat, you're getting the exact same nutritional component as you would. So the only difference is you're not getting the fiber. Okay, so there's this thing on a lot of packages that say enriched flour, enriched whatever. So what does enriched mean? When they strip the bran off to get the white carbs, sometimes they scrape a little bit of the wheat germ, the endosperm, the middle layer. They scrape a little bit off so you lose some sugars, vitamins, iron, whatnot. And when they're enriched, they just add a little bit of that back, so you're getting the equal amount of nutrition that you would if you didn't strip off the outside layer. So there's really nothing to be scared about white carbs. You're just not getting the fiber. That's it. The same amount of nutrients, just no fiber. So there's no scariness in white carbs whatsoever. So I think I'm going to quickly go through the differences between breads because they're a little bit confusing sometimes. So the first one is whole wheat bread. And what you're getting in whole wheat bread is all 3 layers of the wheat kernel. The bran, the endosperm, the wheat germ. All 3 ground up with bam. Multigrain. Multigrain may or may not have the entire wheat kernel. They may strip the bran off, they may not, but you're just getting a different assortment of grains. Many different grains. Whole grain bread. Whole grain bread could be a mixture of grains, but you're getting the whole wheat kernel, all 3 layers. Brown bread, you're just getting just the 2 layers, not all 3. But then again, the only difference is the fiber. Once again, the only difference is the fiber. Same nutrient component. Flourless bread is made with sprouted grains, so you might prefer that taste or not, but basically the same nutritional content. And one last one is rye bread, and it's just different grain. That's it. So I guess something to mention too is that when you're having a simple carb, like I said, you'll digest it quickly and you'll run out of energy pretty fast, and your blood sugar will spike up and then drop. Whereas if you were to have a complex carb, it would take longer and you wouldn't spike and drop as fast. It would be more continuous. And if you added a protein or a fat to your diet, then you get sustained energy over a longer period of time. So instead of spiking up and going down, it would be pretty much maintained for a long period of time. And that's basically why fats and protein and complex carbs and even simple carbs are really, really important to have in your diet, and they're not scary whatsoever. The most healthy diet to have is a very balanced diet. So having a bit of carbs, a bit of protein, a bit of fat, a bit of fruit and veg, just everything. And that's the most healthy diet you can basically have, because your body's going to need every bit of nutrients from each of the different groups that are not supplied in every one of them. So I hope you got a lot out of this, and the basic message is carbs are not scary. Don't fear carbs, love carbs, you need carbs. Yes. So I know this isn't really a mental health topic, but it is something that's very, very scary for people with eating disorders to introduce these food groups, carbs, protein, fats. So I hope this helps, and leave me comments and suggestions, and I'll see you next Friday. Lots of love. Bye!